At the beginning of the story, we meet a spirited girl named Jubita, who is heavier than average. At night, she works as an online chat operator, but during the day she has a unique job. She's a background singer. Specifically, Jubita works as the hidden voice behind a famous singer named Eva. Eva has millions of fans across the city, but none of them know that she doesn't actually sing with her own voice. Instead, she lip-syncs to Jubita's voice while Jubita performs behind the stage at every concert. During one particular concert, while Jubita was singing and dancing backstage, she became so immersed in her performance that she forgot about her weight. Due to her enthusiastic jumping, she broke the platform she was standing on and fell, causing her to stop singing. This put Eva in a dangerous position since she couldn't sing at all, but before people could realize what was happening, Jubita managed to get up and resume singing, successfully completing the program. After the concert, Eva confronts Jubita, berating her harshly about the incident and reminding her to be mindful of her weight while performing backstage. Jubita silently accepts the criticism and apologizes. Meanwhile, the production manager Andre is very pleased with Jubita's performance, as the concert was particularly successful and received great appreciation from the audience. Andre is actually Jubita's longtime crush, though he's never shown interest in her due to her weight. That day, Andre happily approaches Jubita and hugs her while expressing his gratitude, making her overjoyed, as it's the first time the man she loves has come so close to her. Later, during dinner, Jubita tells her best friend Yara about Andre's hug and his kind words, suggesting that he might be developing feelings for her. However, Yara warns her not to misinterpret his politeness for love, reminding her that someone like Andre has many admirers, especially Eva. This conversation triggers Jubita's memories of a past experience from school, where a boy named Hunk had pretended to like her only to take advantage of her kindness. After their conversation, while walking home, the two friends spot a tattoo parlor and decide to get matching tattoos on their backs. The next day after work, Andre offers to give Jubita a ride home since it's late. Jubita excitedly accepts his offer, and during the drive, Andre invites her to his birthday party. When Jubita asks to be dropped off, she lies to Andre about staying at a friend's house, when in reality she's visiting her father in a mental hospital. Andre discovers Jubita's diary accidentally left in his car and learns about her father. The story reveals that after Jubita's mother's death, her father fell into depression and gradually became mentally ill. The next morning, Jubita receives a gift box at her house containing a beautiful red dress and a card indicating it's for Andre's birthday party. Assuming it's from Andre, she becomes overjoyed and shares the news with Yara. However, when Jubita arrives at the party wearing the dress and thanks Andre, he appears confused, having no knowledge of the gift. The situation becomes uncomfortable as people at the party begin laughing at her. Eva then appears wearing a similar, but more flattering dress, revealing she had deliberately sent Jubita the dress to humiliate her. Devastated, Jubita runs to the washroom crying. Andre, angered by Eva's cruel prank, confronts her about humiliating Jubita. Eva, showing no remorse, suggests Andre should dismiss Jubita, but he defends her, stating that while Jubita might not be as beautiful as other girls, her talent is exceptional. Eva, possibly acting out of jealousy, implies Andre has feelings for Jubita. Andre harshly responds, "Are you crazy? How could I like such a fat girl?" Unknown to them, Jubita overhears this entire conversation from the washroom. Heartbroken by Andre's words, Jubita returns home and contemplates ending her life. However, just as she's about to attempt suicide, she receives a call from a plastic surgeon she had previously spoken with. This gives her an idea, and the next day she visits his clinic to discuss full-body surgery. The surgeon warns her about the high costs, lengthy process, and potentially fatal risks, but Jubita remains determined. She schedules the surgery and visits her father one last time, promising to return. After undergoing the lengthy surgical procedure, the doctor informs her that recovery will take considerable time. Jubita disappears without informing anyone, including her best friend Yara. Her absence affects Andre and Eva's work, forcing them to cancel various commitments and shelve their upcoming album. Andre searches for her, eventually finding a photo of her with her father in her apartment. He visits the hospital but learns nothing about her whereabouts. 3 months pass, and finally, Jubita's bandages are removed. The surgery has transformed her into a strikingly beautiful woman. When she sees her own face in the mirror, she can't believe her eyes and breaks down crying. The doctors are surprised as they hadn't expected Jupiter to look so beautiful after her operation. Not only has she become beautiful, but she's also become very slim. While driving on the road, she has a minor accident with another car. When Jupiter hurriedly gets out of her car, the other driver is stunned by her beauty. A police officer arrives to assess the situation but becomes mesmerized by Jupiter's beauty. When he asks to see her driver's license, Jupiter shows him her old ID. The officer doesn't believe it's her due to the dramatic difference in appearance and takes her to the police station. Jupiter calls her best friend Yara to come to the police station. When Yara arrives, she doesn't recognize Jupiter, wondering how her formerly overweight friend could have become so slim and beautiful. After Jupiter shows Yara their matching tattoos, Yara believes it's truly her friend and confirms her identity to the police, allowing them to leave. The two friends go to a restaurant where Jupiter explains everything to Yara about her body transformation surgery. When Yara's boyfriend arrives, he asks about the beautiful stranger. Yara introduces her as Angela, keeping Jupiter's surgery a secret. Jupiter likes the name Angela so much that she decides to use it as her new identity. Meanwhile, Andre is searching for a new background singer for his production house. Jupiter auditions as Angela, and Andre is so impressed by her voice that he wants her to perform on the main stage rather than backstage. After Jupiter's first song release, she quickly gains popularity, which negatively impacts Eva's career, preventing her from releasing her second album. Desperate to find the original Jupiter, Eva visits the mental hospital again to speak with Jupiter's father, but he remains silent throughout her visit. While Jupiter is preparing to record her second song in the studio, Andre shows her a video of her former self, praising how the old Jupiter sang with heart, passion, and magic in her voice. This creates fear in Jupiter as she continues to hide her true identity from Andre. The next day, Jupiter decides to tell Andre the truth. During dinner, she indirectly asks his opinion about plastic surgery. Andre's response confuses her when he says people should be accepted as they are, without changing their appearance, as true beauty depends on the mind, not the body. This leads Jupiter to decide against revealing her identity, fearing Andre would misunderstand her motives. The next day, while Jupiter is preparing for a live program, she receives a call from the hospital informing her that Yara has been admitted. At the hospital, she learns that Yara had been taking weight loss pills and barely survived their effects. It's revealed that Yara's boyfriend John had been pressuring her to take these pills daily. Enraged, Jupiter confronts John about giving Yara the dangerous pills. During her performance, Jupiter channels her emotions into her singing, leaving the audience amazed. Afterward, she and Andre sit together celebrating, sharing drinks and conversation. When Andre steps out to answer a phone message, Jupiter doodles on a tissue paper. Upon returning, Andre finds Jupiter asleep on the sofa and notices the drawing on the tissue, a familiar tattoo design. He compares it to the one in Jupiter's diary that he still has, realizing that Angela and Jupiter are the same person. Later, at Jupiter's first album launch party, everything is going smoothly until Eva arrives, claiming a fan wants to meet Jupiter. The fan turns out to be Jupiter's father, Eva's attempt to expose Angela's true identity. Since Jupiter doesn't know that Andre has already discovered her secret, she refuses to acknowledge her father in public. This angers Yara, who condemns Jupiter's behavior and leaves with Jupiter's father. Feeling guilty, Jupiter decides to confess everything to Andre. Before she can do so, Andre surprises her by revealing he already knows everything but feels hurt that she's been lying to him. He then confesses his love for her, understanding the huge risk she took with the surgery that could have been fatal. He tells her that she shouldn't have to feel lesser about her health and appearance in society, and that she deserves a beautiful life. A few days later, at her first concert, Jupiter gives an outstanding performance. However, Eva, burning with jealousy over Jupiter's popularity, attempts to destroy her career by bringing Jupiter's father onto the stage. The audience begins murmuring, calling Jupiter a fraud. Though initially frightened, Jupiter finds the courage to reveal her true identity. She shares her story of hardship, being ignored and disrespected because of her looks, hiding as a backstage singer, and struggling alone to care for her sick father after her mother's death. She explains how she never received the respect she deserved despite her talents, and how she endured physical pain to transform herself, both for love and to fulfill her dreams. As Andre plays the video of the old Jubita in the background, she tells the audience that the person in the video is her true self. Moved by her emotional story and honesty, the audience accepts her. The story ends with Jubita becoming a renowned artist in the country, with Andre falling deeply in love with her. Thanks for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment below and tell me what movie or series you want me to recap next.